You have watched several project idea videos and yet you're here. None of those projects satisfied your thirst. None of those projects brought you confidence. None of those projects make you stand out of the herd. This video is for people who truly want to build something different. It's for those with a true spirit of adventure, who wants to stand out of the competition and are willing to put in everything they got. I'll alternate between easy and hard projects. So strap your seatbelts, you're in for a wild ride. Search engine. I've put this in easy category, but it really depends on how deep you go into this. So all you need to create a search engine is have a database of multiple websites content. You'll build a web crawler to scrape websites like Wikipedia, Medium, GitHub, Reddit, etc. Or just focus on one domain like a search engine for Reddit. Some websites also offer public APIs to directly fetch their content. Next, strip HTML, lowercase it, remove stop words, tokenize it, and all the basic text transformation steps. Then all you need to do is use an algorithm like TDIDF, BM25 or vectorization, and really that's it. You've got a search engine. And from here on it's Wild West. You can add pagination, rate limiting, sharding, caching popular queries, background reindexing, and much more. My favorite features are auto-completion that will use a prefix tree, and search engine analytics like the most search queries and CTR. Even if you have only made CRUD apps so far, this project is doable in less than a month, and it will leave a mark on whoever reads your resume. Scribble clone. In case you have never played this game, each player is given a word to draw on whiteboard and everyone else has to guess that word based on their drawing. The faster someone guesses, more points they get. If you have already built a CRUD app, this project is the next step. You gain immense learning value of WebSockets, game room management, event-driven systems, chatting rooms, and basics of scalability, the most essential components of backend development. Your friends and recruiters are going to love it because, well, it's not a CRUD app, plus it demonstrates real-time backend skills and systems level thinking, and it's also highly extensible. Or instead try spin-offs, like a game where everyone is given the same prompt or word to draw and everyone votes on who drew the best. There are tons of simple multiplayer games online that you can choose to replicate. Even something like a ping pong game has immense learning value. A food delivery app with reels. Users find what they want to eat in a reel format. When they like something, they swipe right to order it. In the initial prototype, you can either just inform the restaurant and they manage delivery logistics on their own, or you redirect the user to another app where they can order it. This app works because finding food on reels, where you can visually see them cooking and eating, is way more appealing than scrolling through fake photos on a marketplace. This project is a recipe of Instagram and Zomato, and you figure out how to cook it. AI workflow automation tool. I cannot believe I'm sharing this goddamn project. This is supposed to be a project that land you jobs straight to YC firms. The idea of this app is to be a low no-code platform to orchestrate generative AI pipelines for non-technical people with ease. I know, a lot of buzzwords. In the builder, I can create pipelines using these blocks and third-party integrations, such as automatically generating summaries for daily stand-ups and directly mailing them, or a multi-agent tech resume refinement tool, or all of these basically. Then I can save this pipeline, deploy it permanently as a background worker, integrate it as an API in my application, or directly use it from browser. The extensibility of this project has no ceiling. I also included a feature to save and reuse templates that ironically turned out to be one of the hardest features to code, and also a knowledge base for RAG-like purposes. Although this data will eat your wallets. Obviously, this is an anime level difficulty project that will require you to use at least all of these technologies. However, the coding logic for dynamic pipelines is actually not the hard part. Integrating third-party applications and creating a modular scalable infrastructure for this, that is the real hell. LLM Minecraft. This is a much easier version of our workflow automation tool inspired by the Lovecraft community on X. Instead of using LLMs the regular old-fashioned way, this community insists on farming LLMs like a real-time strategy game. You can place new LLM instances, configure them, and streamline their responses in parallel. Similar to a previous project, you can craft directed acyclic graphs and have a knowledge base for shared memory and RAG-like purposes. Behind all these big woo-woo words are simple API wrappers and a dynamic pipeline algorithm that runs Your pipeline, of course. Are you even paying attention? You can wipe code the front end so you can only focus on building the skills you need. Then you can add user authentication, third-party integrations, and all the complex steps I mentioned in the previous project. Banana Trading Company. Alright, hear me out. This is a game where you start with some currency, invest in certain cards, and the prices keep on changing according to the market demand, certain algorithms, and randomness. Your goal is to become the richest. This is a very complex and fun game. Let me show you how. So once a player owns a certain amount, they can publish their own card into the market. Now here you'll have to decide how much proportion of the stock is owned by the creator, whether you'll have limited card supply or unlimited assets like crypto, the logic to track those prices, and you'll need to design the stock price algorithm in such a way that it doesn't create an infinite money glitch for the whales. The more you investigate, the harder the rules of this game becomes. In order for this game to work, you'll need to create it fairly and with consistent rewards so people keep logging in every day. I also have a leaderboard and a newspaper in my design. Like, I could make a whole video on this project, so let's just hop on to the next idea. None of these projects are going to be hard if you have learned web dev properly, and the best place I found for that is Scrimba, the sponsor of this video. So in Scrimba, you learn by building real world projects and features instead of info dumping and cramming. Their backend path doesn't just teach you a backend framework and wrap it up, but also include networking, Git, cybersecurity, and DevOps concepts to ensure holistic development. And check this out, in Scrimba, you can literally pause the video right here, edit, and run the exact same code he had in the video and then continue the video again. All of this has positioned the platform as a respected authority among the tech community. This is also why domain experts from Mozilla, Cloudflare, LangChain, Manware, and more have partnered with Scrimba to deliver unparalleled quality. If you want to master web development at lightning speed without getting swayed by influencers and hype, Scrimba is the perfect place to go. Also, all the werewolves get a 20% off on the pro plan with the link in description. Huge thanks to Scrimba for making top tier coding content easily accessible and for sponsoring this video. Graphic. You organize an event and now everyone's asking for their pics. Or you went to an event and now have to search through a folder of thousands of photos to find yours. This app solves this headache in a very simple way. The organizer uploads all the picture in the app in a private space. Your app runs a facial recognition classifier to create profiles of every unique face and map them to a list of photo IDs where those faces are present. Now whenever a new user logs in with the credentials of that space, you ask the user to open their front camera, click a picture, detect the class, and return them all the pictures where their face is present. It's simple in theory, but in practice, you'll need to design a pipeline that does all the job in the background. The hard part is deploying this application while keeping your server costs and latency to the minimum. If you pull this off for free, people will be impressed and you create a service that can be monetized. You know what's better than a search engine? An AI-powered search engine. At least if you want to impress boomers. In addition to what I explained to you previously, you will need semantic search, not BM25 using vector embeddings. Look into pgvector, pinecone, chromadb, and quadrant. It will save you several days. 2. After fetching relevant data, you feed it to an LLM to generate an answer based on relevant context and user's query, and congrats, you've just built a sophisticated RAG. Real AI search engines generate multiple search queries based on users' prompt using a lightweight LLM and dig into rabbit holes of links recursively to gain as much data as possible to remove bias. You can also imagine Grok having direct access to real-time Twitter APIs can take this to another level. So the quality of your answers majorly depend on how you implement this algorithm. Anti-pollution routes. This app pings you when pollution for your defined route is lowest in real time. It provides you a list of pollution score against 15-minute time intervals for your defined routes based on the last week's data and predicts what it will look like in upcoming days. For an MVP, your database will store the user's info and their defined routes. Your first layer of backend are just schedulers that fetch AQI, weather, traffic data, etc. Then your business logic layer will contain a pollution score engine that takes a route as an input and generates a pollution score for it. A background worker that processes all routes every 15 minutes or so. A notification service that alerts users on mobile, email, or WhatsApp when pollution in their defined route is the lowest. Your presentation and data access layer will depend on your architecture. More advanced features can include low exposure route suggestions that take longer but are cleaner, traffic data to influence pollution metrics, and special routes for joggers and cyclists. This is a especially good idea idea for hackathons. PR Review Tool. This tool analyzes the diff of every single PR you raise, detects bugs, security vulnerabilities, inconsistent conventions, and recommends improvements like a senior developer would. You'll have to make a GitHub app, learn to use their OAuth and APIs, and create a scalable architecture that is able to handle thousands of pull requests from multiple accounts every minute. And the backend core logic over here is not just a ChatGPT wrapper. You'll orchestrate a pipeline of LLMs, each responsible for different tasks like code readability, maintainability, nitpick comments, potential security vulnerabilities, etc. In fact, you can easily create such pipelines with an AI workflow automation tool as well. So the final big boss project of this video is a managed service infra orchestration platform like Vercel or Cloudflare. But don't get scared, okay? It is much simpler than you think. For an MVP, we will just deploy static sites in an S3 bucket. So the user only provides their GitHub repo or zip, a build command, and an output directory. Our presentation layers controller will authenticate user, accept deploy requests, create deployment records, and in-queue jobs. Just the surface level stuff. Below that, we'll have a simple deployment scheduler with a FIFO queue, single thread worker, and retry logic on failure. Now below this we have the main logic, the runtime executor. Each worker will take up a job, spin a Docker container, clone repos, install dependencies, and runs the build. Next, your server copies the disk directory out of the container and uploads it to an S3 bucket under a deployment specific prefix like the deployment ID. This keeps the project immutable. The container is then destroyed so a worker can proceed to the next task. It has no sentience and will continue to work under you with no free will. The one thing I didn't mention is that you also need an Nginx proxy to redirect traffic to the correct S3 buckets. This is basically how Vercel's deployment pipeline functions. To me, understanding the high-level architecture makes everything seem much more easier. If you're inspired by any of these projects, I urge you to prompt GPT to elaborate on it in details by using the auto-generated transcript on YouTube. I hate to say this, but stealing all my project ideas like this without even giving me a sub is blasphemy. There is a separate place allocated in hell for sins like this. And thanks for watching Manware.